Welcome, family. It's Mental Stimulant, the Divine Empress. You know, I had started recording you guys' video, and I really hated to start over because I don't know how to edit and merge them together, but I think that video, the beginning, was great, but we just gonna roll with it. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the Creator, because although it's winter, it's a great day. Like, it's beautiful out. You hear me? So it's Saturday. If you can, make sure you go out in the nature, enjoy the day while we can. Now, I'm only speaking to the spiritually intelligent community at this time. I want to talk about the visitation of dark entities and demons, for lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? And I want to share with you guys some of my experiences. You know, even when I was recording the first half that I had to delete, intuitively, the ancestors was reminding me of something. You know, that the occurrence of visitation that I speak of wasn't my first visitation. I was just too young to understand. But now it all makes sense, so I'm going to fill you guys in. And it also depends on whether you're a child or adult when these things happen, because they may look to you differently, or your mind may register it differently, you understand? Sometimes when you're being spiritually attacked, we don't even know it. We just think we're having nightmares and things like that. Because, of course, lots of us wasn't taught nothing about spiritual attacks. Most of us don't know anything about possessions other than what we have seen on TV. You know what I'm saying? But let me help you a little bit, because it may bridge the gap for somebody. You understand? I'm gonna go to when I was a child. I don't know if I was a teenager yet or not, but I was a child. I was living with my mama in a house full of other relatives. They was actually my mother's husband's family that lived with us at the time. Yeah, I was real young, because the dream that I had was so juvenile. You know, I remember it vividly. Like, my family just laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? Because even their minds, the adults couldn't understand. I think it was probably one or two that did know and just didn't make us privy to it. But some of the adults was ignorant to what I was talking about, and it just came off as though she had a nightmare. But I had this dream to where, and don't laugh, don't laugh, because I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, this is some of the most outlandish stuff I've ever seen. But this is a child's mind, so you can understand why it was presented in this way. I was in the dream. Most of the dream was black. The background of it was like, it was staged in a dark place. No light around it, you know? And it was a bunch of chickens. I mean, full body chickens. They ain't even had no feet or nothing. They had the wings just like chickens. And they running around. They got the little dark shades on. They driving coupes and shit. And they wreaking havoc on wherever we at in this stage. So I remember feeling terrified. And I think they were chasing me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I told my family, they just laughed at me. Like, I was terrified. Like, what the chickens? I eat chicken. What I'm being chased by chicken for? What I do to them? You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, this is what the ancestors reminded me of about the demonic visitation I had. Because I've been gifted since a child. I just didn't know it. I was asleep. You know, and I also had a few things, spiritual attacks, hexes and curses that were put on me as a child, to where I was like in a vegetative state spiritually, you understand? Someone in my family, not even necessarily in my family, You know, I'm not going to go into the specifics, but a woman put a hex on me as a child. I don't know if she was pissed off with my mom or she was just jealous of my potential where I would be in life spiritually. You know, we talking about a grown woman. I'm a kid. All of this when I was on my way to see my client. My ancestors started downloading on me. They was revealing it to me. Even though days up until now, they was telling me that it's going to make sense in a minute. Because I speak to my ancestors, God, the creator, the angels, all the time. Them, we like besties, you dig? So they was like, you know, when you're spiritually open, they're not going to download everything on you at one time, because spiritually, a lot of us are not ready for the type of information we could get all at once. No, that would drive us really up the wall. So it has to be progressive when they give us this information. But anyway, I'm getting off point. So this hex or curse on my life was meant for me not to walk in my purpose, because I have a destined purpose over my life. I was never meant to know what my purpose was. I was meant to be low vibrational. I was meant to be one of these chicks out here shaking her ass. Excuse my language, YouTube, I'm sorry. You know, just low vibration, doing low vibrational things of the world. Because when you're of the world, you're blinded spiritually. Everything is cut off. And that's how they will have it. That's why the things that are depicted to us is so low vibrational. It's of a sexual nature most time, because it's meant to keep us in a low vibration. Because with us being in low vibration, we can never wake up to our potential or what our life purpose actually was. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, I'm not going to say all of us, some of us was meant to be karmic and meant to be low vibrational. It got to be balanced. But a lot of us have purposes in this life that, for lack of a better word, the devil don't want you stepping into. First of all, he want us outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the divide of good and bad, Satan not going to help us, you know, be strong. Nah, he want to stand in between that, so his army can pulverize us. You understand? He want to take full advantage. So nah, he don't want us waking up yet. Push all this 3D stuff into them in this realm that they live in, sex, you know, keeping entity attachments. We gonna put greed and jealousy in their face, because if this stuff is stuck on their third eye can never open. And I can run, me and my demons can run through their being and use them for whatever low vibrational antics we want. And you meant to be a soldier in God's army, you hear me? You know what type of win that is for, darkness. Like, I took one of your soldiers and I made them a do boy, you hear me? This motherfucker's too busy running around with his dick in his hand. He don't know if he coming or going. You hear me? Now, let me go on. My next visitation, I'm well adult. I think I had just lost my child. I had just lost my child. I had another visitation. This visitation was much more profound. In this sense, the gremlins and the chickens resemble each other to me now, because when I was a kid, they presented themselves as chickens because that's what my mind could understand. As an adult, they presented themselves to me as gremlins because that's what my mind could understand. That's where I was spiritually. You understand? They're not going to show you their full form, their real form, because your mind couldn't, grasp it. So the next visitation, and mind you, I want to make a point of stating that I was always so outnumbered. Now that I've thought about this, when the ancestors reminded me, like it was always so many of them. Even when I was a kid, it was like 8, 9 of these things for a child. Think about that. Why would 8, 9 demons come to a child? You hear me? So this time, as an adult, my dream was much more. I wouldn't even say dream, because I was in the spiritual realm. You know, some people would say, right when you get into REM sleep or whatever, I don't know the specifics about that. But it's like you sleep, but you're not asleep. Everything still goes on and seems very real. Let me speed this up because I know I don't have much time on here, because I don't have much storage. But I want to give you guys as much information so your mind can understand, even if you're not spiritually sound yet, to get it. Their visitation was personal this time. I could feel their touches on my wrists. You hear me? I could feel their touches on my ankles. There was 4 of them. Male succubus demons. I think I always get the incubus and succubus mixed up. But for females, it's the male demons. For males, it's the female sex demons. So if you want to look it up for yourself. So they were, I was in low vibration. Think about demons having a chosen one in their lowest form. You know, I had a man too at this time that was also in his lowest form. If you ask me, he was worse off than me, because this dude was nailing every chick that was going to let him. And he was in a relationship, but, you know, I'm not passing judgment. I'm saying it for context. Because when you're low vibrational like that and of a sexual nature, these entities hold on to you. They using your avatar as a playground. They able to come in the door, out the back door, in the door, out the back door. They running in and out, tracking it up. Just for context, understand where I'm coming from. So, by me, I'm chosen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into his status, but just hear me. I'm in a relationship. We're both low vibrational. He's cheating. I never cheated on him when we were linked in, if that makes sense. We've been on so many breaks over the years. I did my thing on breaks. I'm not going to be faithful on no break, especially when you're not faithful in a relationship. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's for the sexual part of what I'm saying. When you're having sex, sex is spiritual. You're linking yourself with this person that you're having sex with spiritually. If they have any hexes, curses, any generational curses on their life, if they have any entity attachments, if they're sleeping with any other people, everything that's shared spiritually passes on to you. You understand? So, I don't know what it was about our interaction, but this was powerful. And they basically was showing me themselves like, yeah, we got you. We about to run amok in your life. You hear me? Because either he encountered, I don't even think I was messing with anybody else. I think me and him was off, but we were still messing with each other. So whoever he encountered at that time, or it was something already on him from past engagements. I don't know. But it was something about this specific time where the demons was basically celebrating. You hear me? They like, we got us a chosen one. We about to run amok around here. You hear me? So, fast forward. Most of these things, as far as we go, we see the possessions on TV. You know, and that happens. It's very real to be possessed by demons. But in my opinion, I don't know, because I've never been possessed by demons. But what I'm saying is, my thinking is you probably got to be super low vibrational or have to give up your complete will. I know a lot of people sell their soul in the form of, I do anything to get rich, or I do anything to get this woman, I'll do anything for this man, that goes against spiritual laws. Yeah, you selling your soul. God is going to spank your ass for that, because your soul don't belong to you to be giving up or selling or whatever. First of all, I want to make that clear. Your soul does not belong to you. Not even the body that you in. That was given to you to navigate this realm. So think about this shit when you say, because, you know, it's a going thing. I don't know how true it is, and I'm not saying it's true with the celebrities or what I have you about them selling their souls, going into blood contracts. If that's what they're doing, that's on them. The creator has to judge them. But me, personally, I wouldn't suggest it to nobody. And I'm definitely not. There's no amount of money you can give me to sell something that's not mine. That's stealing. I don't steal. I don't like thieves. You hear me? Because it's common knowledge, if you steal, you'll kill. If you lie, you'll steal. You know, these are things that go hand in hand. And I'm not demonstrating on no levels like that. You hear me? I'm just, and I stand on 10. Anyway, my point about these things, about these dreams that you have, if you're having sleep paralysis where you can't move and you being held down, or you constantly being chased night after night in your dreams, more than likely, you're being haunted. You're being chased. The demons are very present. This is what I wanted to say about the Reiki healing. Reiki healing has so many uses. You know what I'm saying? Most people say when you get possessed, you need an exorcism by the people in the church or what have you. You know, and I'm not negating that, because that may be very true. I don't know. I'm talking about Reiki. Reiki is what I know. When you're having things like this, you need to have your avatar cleansed spiritually. Understand what I'm saying? I'm saying spiritually. Even the spiritual bath to physically, it's almost like baptism. All this stuff go hand in hand. You know, even down to the different religions. This is just my opinion. All of them have a lot of truth. All of them take their information from one text somewhere else. They just interpret it different. That's why God said, I will be called by many names. I'm not caught up on the names of the religions. You know, every custom, every ethnicity practice serving God differently. I'm not in judgment of none of that, because I follow different things in a lot of different religions that I know to be true. So I'm not knocking none of that. But what I'm saying is, Reiki, when you're being spiritually attacked, Reiki can cleanse you. Especially if you're dealing with a Reiki healer, someone that's knowledgeable. They can place you in the most powerful spiritual bath and really show you how to protect yourself. I'm talking about in physical form. They can cleanse your energy depending on what services they have. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just cleanse your energy. Some touch and some don't touch. I wouldn't advise you touching. Reiki healing is energy transfer. You don't have to touch. You know what I'm saying? I seen a piece where Kevin Gates was teaching someone how to start their battery. He's showing them how powerful our energy is. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you slide across the floor and you go to touch somebody, you may shock them. Like, we got electricity inside our body. The higher your vibration is, I'm telling you, you don't know what you're capable of. But with energy healing, Reiki healers are able to cleanse you by energy transfer. You know what I'm saying? Those that have been ordained by God. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't suggest that it's just a profession, because people, it's not very many people that do it. Also, although it's common, these people have a calling on their lives. But my point is, if you're having these type of things, you're having these constant nightmares, even your child having behavioral issues, if all of a sudden your child is combative, they're acting out, and it's a complete switch up. Yeah, those are spiritual attacks. Because if your child is good in nature, they never act like that, and then all of a sudden they wreaking havoc. You need to have that child cleansed prayed over, have your house cleansed, have all that energy moved. But, you know, a lot of this stuff is in my book. You know, I'm currently writing my book at this time. And I'm not rushing it. I'm taking my time because this is a great experience. And I want to be as knowledgeable and give you guys as much information as possible when I really drop this, you hear me? It's going to be powerful. But think about it. I got some information in my community tab for Reiki healing sessions. I will travel to you if necessary. But, you know, if not no necessary, I have all that I need, you know. Remember to appreciate this day. It's beautiful out. Take care. Peace.